Good morning, welcome back to the channel. We got a lot to do today. We finally got the parts to finish the Maserati, get Steve's hair. Antonio's got the door hinges for the Bentley, and I've got a clutch for the MG. So we'll see what we can get done today. Hopefully all of it.
A couple years ago, not many.
What year?
2019.
19? 5. That's 5 years. That's 5 years. I've had this car 5 years. That's the last time I drove it. I'm excited too.
Brand new EVF clutch valve from MLR Engineering. So we're good to go.
Heck yeah.
Gonna put this bad boy in, bleed, and pray.
This is what they're supposed to look like. No, they didn't. Antonio, here. Yeah, that's the right one.
No, other way.
Other way. Oh.
Well, couldn't you, in theory, pull it out and just use the exterior part?
In theory? Let's see how well that theory goes.
Not an automotive part, I don't believe. Not safe. Not safe. You can hear the trolls now. Why didn't you paint the hinges to match?
Because we like Frankenstein's, okay? My right door. Organization.
Yeah.
So we've got our...
Notice something about that lower hinge?
Yeah.
It's bent. Well, I remember part of the reason I was replacing this door was because of how kicked out it was at the bottom. It may have been the hinge.
Solid 90 right there. Solid 90 right there. The only thing I see, this isn't straight up and down.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, was the top to bottom of it.
Painted. Look, they welded in this piece right here.
It's a good thing I'm keeping this car because I couldn't sell this to anybody. So, I know a lot about salvage cars. I've been published on the matter. I've rebuilt more cars than most people. When you're buying a car with a salvage title, you always have to check how the rebuild process went. These guys, they hacked this section together, and then I just noticed back here to access the rear bolt on the hinge, they literally cut a hole in the structure to get the bolt on the back side. That is just the worst thing. We're rebuilding this car properly. It'll be safe when we're done. This is the third salvage. Between the second wreck and the third wreck, there was only 60 miles on the car. I imagine that the reason they wrecked was the way this car was put together. It was put together unsafe out on the road, and somebody crashed because of it. Always be careful. Always have them inspected by a professional.
Please do.
Keep going. A little more. 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 Okay, stand back. Is that your butt bug?
A little high.
Just call it a day on this one. Do a little more research into how to do that, so we're not wasting an entire day.
Yeah.
I've got the MG towards the rack. Let's get going on that, and we should be able to bust that out pretty quick.
All right, all right.
In 1952, most cars were 12 volts or 6 volts. This was 12 volt with a positive ground.
What?
Yeah, so it's a positive ground system.
That's crazy.
It isn't it?
That's sludge at the bottom. That's not even oil.
parts here, see what we got. Clutch disc, clutch pressure plate, oil pan set, throw-out bearing, pilot bushing. All this is from Autosport down in Ballard. Brad down there really knows his shit.
Right, really.
He just knew all the part numbers.
Yep.
So it's still got a lot of sludge in here. I think I'm gonna scrape it out manually and then throw it back in.
That thing came right off, didn't it?
This is disgusting. Part up, and I hit it with some satin black, cleaned it up a little bit. It was not easy to weld just because the metal's so old and it had been welded before, but welded it, ground it down a little bit. It'll be just fine and functional in there. It will work as good as new, if not better than factory, just because it's stronger now, so it'll work. All right, here is your disc. Your OE style pressure plate that's got a bit of a gouge in it. I don't know, you want to look at that, tell me if it's okay? I mean, I think it'd be okay.
It should be just fine.
Okay. So on our new clutch pressure plate, the holes for the bolts are just a hair too small. So rather than waiting and ordering another one, I'm just going to take a drill and open them up just a little bit, just so that I can get these screws in, or bolts in easier.
Now all we have to do is
put the tranny back in. This is gonna suck.
Essentially, when you're setting them up, you have a tool that looks just like this. It's plastic. Put it in, tighten the clutch down, it holds it in place, so it's easy to put in. Well, we don't have one, so what we're gonna do is leave our clutch plate loose, and hopefully we can access the bolts from the underside here to tighten the bolts once we get this in. If not, we can take this off the top and do it. It'll be a little bit more of a pain in the butt, but it's some access at least. So we are gonna hold our breath, hope this goes. We just got missed by about half a second. This chain for the last decade, and as we're putting the transmission back in, it just let go and almost dropped on Antonio. So, it's a little,
let's go with another one.
good one.
I'll do that. We caught her, huh? We're spinning the clutch down.
This is the oil pan. This is the oil pan gaskets. This is the rear main seal. It's a cork design, and it just sits in there. It's a shitty design, and more than likely after we put this together, it's gonna leak because there's no sort of groove for it to sit or channel for it to sit in. It's just a really, really bad design.
Today was a pretty good day. Antonio and I got the clutch in the MG most of the way back together. We're running out of time for filming, so we're going to wrap it up here. We'll spend probably another 30-40 minutes on it. We'll have the car all back together. Of course, it won't be running into driving today. It's been off the road since, what, 1970? About. So we've got more to do, but we accomplished what we set out to do. Steve is very, very close to the Maserati. Disappointed in the car, not him. His abilities are top-notch, and the way he sticks with it and the things he figures out are just amazing. So
There's no quit to that for him. I love it.
now, thanks for sticking along with us, and we hope you like what you see. Don't forget to
Share, like, and subscribe, and feel free to donate.